Right, folks, we're live here from Raccoon City Arcade, actually. This is up in my office. I got my candies behind me here. I was going to record it downstairs in the actual Pinball arcade, but just found it easier to sit down and look at my web browser and kind of go through what Stern actually publicized today, right? So we're still one game short, right? The 60th anniversary edition of Bond, but we'll get to that soon enough, right? And at the end of the day, I just want to kind of go through. I mean, I'm just a guy with on the internet with opinion, right? Don't take this too seriously at all, right? I just want to kind of talk through some of the things that I've seen, what I like, what I'm kind of questioning, and what maybe could have done better. Who knows, right? But at the end of the day, just like go to sternpinball.com and see what's actually there, right? And this morning you could purchase an LE game. If you took longer than 3 seconds, you did not get a game. That's kind of what I'm reading from some of the Facebook groups and other places I've read that people been frustrated. Like, if you didn't have your card saved, you didn't get a game, right? That was just like, that is rule number one. Like, make sure all the details are saved. So the thing is, this is not the landing page of sternpinball.com. It's actually when you click down on the games there. Yeah, all right, here we go. And so looking at some of the content here that they have the official game trailer, the pro features, and they also have the premium edition with the so that's the premium features. And then we have the limited edition, of course. So let's and I think there is a okay, so they've actually added some text here but no pictures yet. We'll probably get to that soon enough. Okay, so there's also a feature matrix somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where to find that, but that kind of goes into a lot of detail. I don't want to sit there and read that, and that's not available to anyone, right? So if we just look at the trailer here, the thing is, I have the audio muted because I have my tune kind of rolling in the background there, and the MCA won't pick that up, hopefully, because that is the GoldenEye mission briefing tune that you hear in the background there. So hopefully I won't get a DMCA strike or a muted stream because of that. So the game trailer is very like, yeah, this is 007 in Stern, and we have a pro edition. They immediately jump to the game. There's like no introduction or anything, and oh god, I'm so sick of this Stern Insider connected bullshit that they tout so hard. It's just like, it's just give it up. We know that the game is connected to the internet now. And there's the plunger and the so this is the pro. And so the thing is, the first thing that I had questions about, why is the resolution so bad? Can I switch to HD? Oh, there we go. Okay, now it looks much better. So all right, so this is the main view here, and like one of the things, like, so here's my absolute number one pet peeve. I just want to get to this like immediately, absolutely immediately. And as you can see here, right here, there's a bracket here, right? And you're supposed to, so this is the pro. It doesn't have that feature, but on the premium LE, you shoot the ball up on this rubber bumper here, and it drops down into a saucer or some type of scoop in the back here, right? But at the end of the day, you're shooting the ball straight into metal. Straight into metal. This is the side rail. That is what you're flipping. With the edge of your flipper, like the hardest flip in the game, you're flipping straight into metal. And I'm just like, I'm just baffled. I don't know what they were thinking there, but I'm sure there's some magic to that. And another kind of cost-saving thing they've done here, that because when we kind of saw the first couple of pictures from the leaked pictures, this thing here, the little plastic thing that is on the Pro now. We know what's going on here, but I'm just going to talk through it. I couldn't make out what it was. Right, I was just like, is this an unfinished game? Why is there a plastic laying around on the play field? Right, and that will all be revealed in the premium and LE versions. Maybe not the premium, only the LE. Yeah, we'll get to that. But anyhow, so they did a cost saving there, and so you basically just have a plastic, basically a playfield plastic screwed into the playfield to cover up that hole for the LE feature. And the layout everyone is sort of like familiar with at this point. Oh, sorry. I'm kind of waving with my mouse pointer a little bit too much here. Why did I? Okay, it went away. The layout here is very. I kind of get some vibes from like very short ramp entrances, very typical Gomez, I would say. Johnny Mnemonic and what else do we have? Deadpool. But it kind of looks like on a shot wise, it's sort of a almost like Doctor Who. It looks like. Another question that I have is as well is like under the Aston Martin here, there's like really no. I don't know if there's any clear view what's going on underneath there. They look like there is like a scoop there. I don't know if that is the scoop that just ejected through the car or something like that. Maybe we'll see that in more detail. Otherwise, it looks pretty straightforward. All the shots here. Gomez mentioned on the podcast this morning that this shot, the upper flipper shot, was sort of he borrowed some design elements from his Corvette, and I can totally see that. But I think the Corvette have even more shots on the upper flipper. I don't know if it's only 2 because there's like an inner loop and then there is the dual entrance ramp. Another thing that not quite clear to kind of in between the ramps here, there seems to be some shot, but I don't quite see. Okay, so there's a stand up there. You can't quite see what's there, so I guess that leads then to the orbit shot. Or is it an orbit there? No, there's no orbit there. We'll probably see some more of that. Okay, it's actually zoomed out there. That would have been useful to actually see the shot map. And here you can see again, right? My pet peeve, like from the tip of the flipper, you're gonna dang your ball straight into the metal. Like that will be kinetic satisfaction, but it won't be good for either the rail or the balls. I can tell you that much. And okay, and I see another thing here that I have not observed before. There's actually a up post in the right in lane there. I have not seen that before. So there's some sort of stop motion here. So I guess that can stop the ball and maybe launch the rocket or whatnot. So let's go through here. Oh, did we actually get a view on the side there? Let's see if we can zoom in there. Yeah, no, you can. I wanted to see on the right side there. Yeah, so you can see here. So you're basically danging the ball straight into Bond's yacht here, right? And I don't know. I don't know if rubber would have been the correct thing to put there, but I mean, I would have had some sort of like ball guide or something that the ball would kind of flow into. But yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, we haven't seen any real gameplay on this yet, so I might just be full of shit. Okay, so here we get a little more clear view of what's underneath the Aston Martin there. There is definitely a scoop there, so probably just it's probably just a vertical up kicker that goes through the car, and that's it. It's probably not more exciting than that, because I somehow thought initially that there would be a some sort of subway that led into the Aston Martin, but that is we can debunk that right here, because we can see here there's a playfield protector there. And a little hole there, or a scoop or a saucer, call it what you want. Right. So okay, what can we look at here? There have so the thing is that this game actually have one of my favorite shots in pinball, right? And that is basically when you shoot an orbit that ends up to a nice flipper return. And this is not loopable because that one feeds to the left flipper, it looks like. Yeah. So you go, yeah, okay. So it goes to like a figure 8. And here's another thing, a kind of interesting thing that I think a lot of the artwork complaints kind of come from some of these things. Like it kind of looks like a little bit like clip art. They have like this really stylish 1960s artwork, and then they have like random clip art. Gomez mentioned this on the call as well, that these gadgets they basically had to do them from scratch, and you can tell, right, because they look like clip art from Microsoft Word. Okay, so oh, did we actually see the ball go in there or no? Yeah, okay, so he's okay. So Zach actually flipped the ball in there, and then it goes. Yeah, that's just the eject seat from the actual movie, I'm assuming. And the ball goes into the rail. All right, so there we had a rocket feature. Let's just like look at this. So the thing is, when I saw this at first from the leaked photos, I thought that, yeah, we're getting like a CSI kind of spinning mech again, and I kind of thought, yeah, that would be pretty neat actually. But there is some sort of, I think there's like a rubber ring around it. So the ball kind of get grabbed from that rubber and bumped into the stand-ups around here, and the stand-ups so drop target light locks for something multi-ball, or bird multi-ball. All right, so we actually haven't really talked about the artwork on Dr. No here. So here is a very interesting thing, right? So you see, this is one of the leaked pictures had a picture of this back box, and it wasn't lit, so it looked like absolute trash, right? But I mean, obviously, it looks so much better now. But one question I have is just like, why is the T molding red? Why not black? Why not yellow? I'm just like so curious. I understand that the red goes with the letters, but I'm not sure if red T molding is the right for this cabinet. And at the end of the day, I like the yellow cabinet. I mean, I kind of like, I like things that kind of stands out a little bit. I kind of like this taxi kind of yellow, and I've kind of grown quite fond of that movie poster that's available for Dr. No from that era. And like the artwork is absolutely fantastic. This is just so classic Bond. I'm not a big Bond fan, but I mean, I mean, you can spot that a mile away, right? All right, so let's go to where was the? Oh, sorry, I'm bumping the microphone with my hat here. It's not very professional. This is just my temporary kind of studio setup here. It kind of is what it is at the moment. All right, here is the premium. The thing, I think like all editions have this like sort of movie clip art movie poster on the right side, and then they have a themed artwork on the left side, which we can look at the photos later, but that's kind of that's my understanding. Okay, so on the premium we can see the different back glass. Yeah, there you see the You Only Live Twice artwork on the side there. It kind of looks a little bit goofy, but I think the funny thing is that this artwork is a bit comical. It's the same on the LE back glass. It's just like when he's in his kind of rocket jetpack kind of thing. It kind of looks a little bit goofy, and it's the same thing as it's in his plane here. It's pretty fun. All right, so the premium here, the thing that you kind of notice, that I noticed pretty immediately, is that all of a sudden you have a wire form in front of the rocket here, and you can also see there's a virtual upkick here that feeds the ball to a physical lock behind the rocket, right? And on the Pro, that is just like, that is all virtual or done in some other way, right? Yeah, pro. Yeah, there's a question in chat here about the pro is like the way to go. I'm not so sure about. I mean, the thing is, you get a lot of game for pro. I think. I mean, I think the pro is very affordable, right? I mean, 7 grand for that game, and if you compare that like to TNA, for example, from Spooky, I mean, obviously you get a lot of game for that money, and as an operator, it's a no-brainer, right? Another thing is here you have Johnny Bond here. I call him Johnny Bond because this is Gomez kind of design, and he invented the Johnny Mnemonic glove, right? And it also has a magnet. It grabs the ball, and you're supposed to drop the ball on this drop target here. And you might be able to drop it somewhere else as well. That we don't really know yet, because you might even be able to feed it to a lock if you want to do that instead. So that would be cool if that was actually the case. All right, there we go. Okay, so there's an opta there, a magnet on the jetpack. Okay, there's actually a film clip there. Okay, and you drop it on that button there, and that's some sort of tank from one of the movies, I'm assuming. Okay, so I didn't quite... I think there was a cut there, right? Because that didn't have anything to do with a lock. Right? Or does that light the lock or what? No, because the ball just dribbled there away, and then you have another mech there. This all goes on so fast. Yeah, okay, so the premium actually have the... Oh shit, I have the... So here's the deal with the premium and the LE, right? So it kind of has that transparent plastic. This is very much like the creature shot on Monster Bash, and on the left, very far left. I mean, they basically in the exact same position. And you can also see here the scoop where the ball is supposed to feed to when you make this shot cleanly on that black bumper rubber in the back, right? And I think this could be a pretty effectful thing, kind of when so this basically Bond fighting with a different diver, and I'm not sure which movie it comes from, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. All right, and that was that. That was the game trailer, not gameplay trailer. Let's see here what we can do on the so okay, you see the side art there again. There's no clip art here. This is the Dr. No poster with Dr. No on it and all the Bond broads. Oh, look, it got Stone Insider connected. Can you believe it? So, but yet we have not seen the up post being used here, right? In the right in lane. Okay, so it's basically the same video here. Okay, some clips from the movies. That's fun. Ball eject. Okay, so, and then we have the rocket here. And the rocket wobbles. And I wonder if the rocket is moved by a coil or if it's just ball motion, and we have to hit it to make it wobble. Okay, here comes the divers. Okay, so here we got a really nice view of this kind of thing here. Okay, so it's just a little saucer there where it feeds into, and you can see here. Yeah, so look at this. This is a prototype game right here, because this piece of metal here, that looks very, very temporary. And this is kind of what I want to get at, right? That you want to have that kind of a ball guide, a metal ball guide, not ball guide, but like a ball, like a rail that you feed into, because you're gonna shoot the ball straight into the side rail here. I don't quite understand why that is. It's just so odd. And that, yeah, so that is just to actually feed a scoop. That makes sense. And it just randomly, yeah, it's not really hitting anything. It's just randomly shooting it out there. Okay. I'm just gonna sit down a little bit lower. Yeah, there's the hat. So the thing is that George mentioned that this hat is going to be in the 60th anniversary as a Tesseract tool, Tesseract toy, right? Like a spinning hat. And yeah, I just think that's going to be so rad. Shoot side ramp to start henchman modes. Okay. That's okay. Wow, there it was. There was the outpost. The outpost is in play. Look at that. It traps the ball there. You start a henchman, and you can see the henchman on the inserts here. So another thing on the podcast this morning was one point made by Mike Vinicore, the guy who wrote the code for this game, is that there's a lot of inserts on the game, and most of the player feedback is going to come through the inserts. As Mike is a very skilled player, as we all know, so he knows that he doesn't have time to look at a display. I mean, I quite frankly don't care. Well, I mean, I see new stuff on games I've played, hundreds of games, when I watch somebody else play, because I don't look at the display whatsoever. So there are a bunch of different inserts here. There's one little circle here that kind of reminds you of the Stargate. The Stargate circles for the modes. You have these are the bosses here, and then you have the henchmen, and then you have the Bond women. And Mike Vinicore mentioned that as well on the call, that the women are multipliers that you can build up through gameplay, and then you can choose with the action button when to actually activate the multiplier. And the multiplier, I got it like it was a time thing, so you kind of wanted to build up a multiplier you're comfortable with and execute it when you have something good going, right? That could be towards the end of a multi-ball, or if you're cashing in a mode or something like that. So you need to use that very strategically from what I understood. Shoot right ramp to start villain modes. Okay, so it is a henchman ramp and a villain ramp. That makes sense. Oh, that's a nice spinner, right, with a diamond on it. Yeah, it's neat. I mean, the thing is, you get a lot of game for. There's also a lot of pictures here. There's a bunch of up close pictures here. All right, we can see here different women. Pussy galore. Really? Is somebody actually kissy? Seriously? Oh, that's funny. Okay, so here's a bunch of other features on the playfield. Like there's a spider, tarantula, some rockets. So there's probably some more cool modes there. Okay, so the Pro actually has the scoop. Somehow I thought it didn't have the scoop, but obviously there's the scoop. So the regular stand-ups there. It's James Bond. Okay, so there's actually a scorecard there. Let me see if I can... Oh, wow. Can I zoom in here somehow? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we have a scorecard. It's not as high resolution. Okay, so how many multi-balls do we have here? Bird 1 multi-ball. Shoot drop targets to light lock. Lock 3 balls to start bird 1 multi-ball. Jetpack, shoot left orbit to start jetpack features. Villain modes, shoot right ramp to start villain modes. Henchman, yeah, we talked about these things. Q branch, complete pops, spinner orbits, gold finger targets. What does it say? DB5. Bird 1 and jetpack to light Q branch gadget modes at the DB5. Okay. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. A lot of the distributors, they went out and said that the first batch of Pro are going to go to operators. which fall in my favor a little bit here because I buddy with a lot of the local arcades here. So the first game that kind of shows up in the Bay Area. I'm gonna go and stream from there. So hopefully one will arrive here in a couple of weeks. The thing is, I'm actually traveling next week, so I will be out of the country for 2 weeks. So hopefully they can hold on for a little bit longer. So someone in chat here is saying that Flipping Out had estimated deliveries for April. Wow, that is really far out. Okay, looking at the again the mission brief here: the Bond women complete pop, spinner, orbits, Goldfinger, third one, jetpack. Like this feature on the side loop. Shoot side loop when flashing for 1x award for each character. Okay, that doesn't make much sense, but it will probably make a lot more sense when you play it. 007 scoring. Press action button when lit to start timed playfield multiplier. Each lit character adds 1x. Light all for 7x. Okay, so that's the... yeah, because I think there are 6 women, and you get a bonus X when you have them all lit up. Complete Spectre targets to light Spectre weapons and build burned one jackpots. Don't know exactly where the Spectre targets are, but there are some stand-ups kind of scattered around the playfield. That could be the Spectre, the targets. Oh, the wizard mode is called Her Majesty's Secret Service. Complete all bonds assignments to start Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think that was a very good thing of Stern to postpone the release. That was very respectful of them because, I mean, obviously the Queen is fucking featured on the game. All right, so let's move on to the Premium Edition. I think this is the regular trailer for... wait a minute. Is it the same trailer or no? Let me just scroll here real quick. Yeah, it's the regular. Okay, so we can look at the premium features. Again, here's the clip art on the side. I don't want those. The clip art on the side, on the right side, and different translate there. Did we just do the yeah, just completely we looked at the premium, but yeah, so okay, so this actually comes with some text on it. It has the Aston Martin eject seats. We know that. So here's the jetpack. We've seen that in the trailer. Drop it. Get the rocket. So I'm not quite sure where. Yeah, okay. So here we, yeah, okay, so there's a diverter here. That makes sense. So this diverter here basically, sorry, I need to rearrange the windows a little bit. Yeah, so this diverter here is basically what feeds the virtual upkick on the Premium and LE. So otherwise it just feeds, the center shot just basically feeds back into the orbit. So virtual upkick, and then you have 3 physical locks here, and the lock balls would just drop into the orbit and feed to the upper flipper. So I'm assuming that you want to shoot the henchman or the inner upper loop. Brum, brum. All right. Ooh, here we got a good view of the upper here. So, okay, we got MI6 rollovers there. I guess that's just a multiplier of sorts. We also get a very good view of the diverter there. You can see that the ball just feeds through that wire gate there around. Okay, so we have the two orbits here. So this is probably the inner loop here, and the outer loop here is most likely in between the ramps. I would in between the two right ramps. And you got some really nice artwork kind of squirreled away in here. You got the Doctor No. Oh, yeah, look at that. So this is all the popper here. Okay, so you can see there's actually Doctor No on the popper there. And this artwork here on this popper here is part of the Doctor No poster. And that was also something that Gomez mentioned on the podcast, right? That there is a lot of reused art from the original movie posters that they've simply just scanned and cleaned up and made them all look kind of cohesive. And to be honest, I think they've done a really good job, right? I mean, you can see that this like whole corner here is kind of Doctor No themed, right? You can see the yellow and the red here with the pop bumpers and the artwork in the background there. And you have in this corner here, you have You Only Live Twice or whatever it's called, right? With the red theme. And I guess then the lower left with a diver, that must be a Thunderball, because Thunderball has, which is the LE, has the divers on the side art. All right, let's see if there's any action here. Okay, there's a diver. The thing is, I've not seen. Okay, they move. Oh, there we got a really good picture of. Yeah, sorry, I get some of the inserts here. Okay, so henchman. There's the odd job hat, Mr. Osato. And there's one. Yeah, there's the 6 women, and you get a 7 bonus when you hit the 007 mode. Then we have the outpost there. I guess you get some feedback on the screen when that is going down. All right. So that was the premium. We've kind of seen this a couple of times here now. Okay, so premium LE features. So that's basically the same video. A premium game features. Okay, so it might be a different video. I'm really puzzled why they don't show like any game code at all in these reveal videos, and there's like no call outs, no nothing. There's just like some generic tune, or in this case it's the 007 tune, right? Sorry, I just need to, yeah, there we go. Oh man. Okay. All right, so okay, so this is funny. This is the same video, right? Because that was not the LE artwork. This is the premium. It is the premium, yes. So it does not actually show you any. There's no video on the LE. All right, so we're just gonna have to look at some of the pictures here to show the differences. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same as premium, so I kind of get it. It's the same type of features. So the playfield is identical, besides the inner art, the alt blades. Oh, it actually says Thunderball limited edition. That's really cool. So these kind of look like concept sketches from the movies. Looks kind of cool. And it kind of looks like there's some artwork behind the divers as well in the lit thing there. I wonder if you can. No. So there's some signature in the artwork there. We got Gomez signature. Oh, it has insider connected. Can you believe it? And here we are, right? Like the trim on this game, right? I mean, seriously, it is. Can we just get an enhancement here? No, we just get to the cabinet. There's really, yeah, this image browser is really weird because it doesn't really. come on, let me. I see the cab. Is it there? No? Yeah, the image browser here is just so broken. I don't know why it's doing all these weird things, because with the images that you see below doesn't have anything to do with what you actually see in the image browser here. I don't know if it's just a Firefox thing. Okay, there's the side art. Okay, so it's actually the, oh, there we go. Now I can open image in a new tab. There we go. Like, I mean, this trim, this aqua teal-ish trim, that is the coolest trim since Star Trek Premium, in my opinion. It just fits so well with the artwork that's on the cabinet. I really like it a lot. And if we look, can we look at it in this view here? Yeah, here we go. Right, this is perfect. And also like a little tribute to Jaws there, right? Will we ever see a Jaws game? I'm just telling you. There will be a Jaws game. I'm a strong believer of a Jaws game. Yeah, I really like this one. I put this on my Instagram today, right? I mean, this is amazing. Somehow I need to put this game so I can see the side art if I open the box, that is. Oops, did I just reveal that I have one of these coming in? And here we get another view. Let me see if I can just, oh yeah, this is good. This is a good view. I wonder if we can just go full screen here. Oh, look at that, perfect. Now we can zoom a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit pixelated, but this is kind of what I mean with a bit of the comic in the artwork, right? Because there's just like his Bond is just like so confident in his in his jetpack, right, and with that slick look. I mean, I think it's funny. I think it's really, I think it's really cool. And I'm not really 100% sure if the. So the thing is, if you look at the back box just as the back box, the orange trim, the orange speaker trim. And it goes really well with the Translight or the back glass. It's actually a mirrored back glass, right? That's what we get. It goes really well, but then you go down and it's just like, oops. The guy who designed the back box, he didn't talk to the guy who designed the cabinet. Yeah, so yeah, I ordered an LE. I'm one of the few people that managed to get one from the Stern website, and I mean I'm gonna be honest here, right? I don't know if I'm gonna open a box. I mean, my local arcade, they're getting a Pro and a Premium. They're getting that at Linz, and I'm gonna actually play this game before I open it because I want to like see if I'm gonna keep it or not. And it's just like the way this. I mean, this is so stupid, right? So I just panic bought it because what if I like it? What if I want one, right? I don't know if I want one, so I just bought one because I might want one. And if I wanted one, I can't get one, right? So it's just so stupid, right? And the thing is that for me, if I wanted this game, the only choice is the LE, right? There's no other game, right? I mean, this is an absolute. I mean, if I would get stuck with the Premium or Pro, it would just feel so mediocre when you know what you actually could have gotten, right? So when I saw that, it's just like, all right, I'm gonna get in line. I'm gonna see what because it leaked, right? The LE leaked, right? And I was just like, all right, so if that's actually gonna be, if I will be able to get that tomorrow, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get in line and get it and see what happens. So. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, the thing is that the artwork on this thing, I mean, it just gives me the Fathom vibes, right? And from what I understand, Thunderball is a movie that there's a lot of aquatic kind of scenes, like divers, and like it goes really well with the orange. And I mean, it's like, I like it. It's like so super cool. And I can't remember if I've seen the movie, right? And I watched a lot of films when I was a kid, and I can't even remember which Bond movies I've seen. I know my mom and dad they watched Bond and stuff like that, but I was just too. I mean, I was basically an infant when these movies were. No, I wasn't even born. I mean, this was in the '60s, right? So. And I never been like a big like Bond fan, so I need to rewatch all the Bond movies, whatever, right? I mean, I grew up with like my Bond is Roger Moore, right? That is James Bond to me, then because that was the era. The Bond movies was in the theaters where I grew up, right? And that automatically became my Bond, right? And if that's the best Bond or the worst Bond, I don't know, because that was just a Bond. And then after that, I just lost interest. And there were plenty of other Bond movies after that. I haven't seen a quarter of them. So, yeah, so this is what we're looking at. And I mean, I can't wait to see what... let's talk about that crazy 60th anniversary game is, right? I mean, when George Gomez talked about it, it's basically a... It's a classic street level game. It got score reels, and he also mentioned that it had the home edition display on it somehow. I don't know if it was on the back box or incorporated in the playfield somehow. It doesn't really matter, right? And then it had like 4 spinners, stand-ups, drop targets, multiple saucers, 4 spinners. Did I say 4 spinners? And it also has like this. What do they call it? Hobgob kind of spinning hat and like a Tesseract toy, right? And I mean, Keith Elwin, he knows all these games, right? And I heard from one of his friends that talked to him that it was basically going to be Doodlebug 2000, right? And that is just like, oh, I remember Keith Elwin playing Doodlebug on stage at Pinball, and he was just completely indestructible, right? So I can totally see that style of game would lend itself pretty well to him, and design one of those games that is specifically plays like that. And that opens up another kind of interesting thought here, right? Will it be like 1-inch flippers, or will it be regular flippers, right? That should be interesting. And you didn't see the reels? There was a leak. There is a leaked picture on the 60th anniversary. I did not see that. So, but I mean, I think they were going to reveal. There's some Bond event going on in London for the 60th anniversary, and maybe they're saving it for that or something. And one thing that I got really pissed off by is that since this whole reveal kind of went south at the trade show in London, Stern packed up their games and sent them to France to some other trade show down there, because the idea was that those games were going to be kept in the UK, and they were going to be on the floor at the UK Open next week, right? And guess who's going to be there next week with a streaming rig? Yes, me. But there's not going to be a Bond game there, so that's a little bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, there's going to be other opportunities, and we will see plenty of streams and gameplay from this game from the other streamers anyway. So that, it's not like I was going to be like the first one streaming this game at all, right? But it was a little bit disappointing. I made a poster and everything. It's just like I was just waiting for that, like, yeah, we are go. But I found out today from the tournament director that they sent off the games to France, and they won't be at UK Open, and that's final. The thing is that if I don't know if this 60th anniversary game, if they are going to reveal that at this 60th anniversary Bond event in London, that game might be in the UK, but that I don't know yet. That is just like me dreaming and speculating of what could potentially come of this. But all right, yeah. So yeah, that was that. That was my Bond rant for today. I really like this game. I think it's going to be super fun. I mean, Gomez doesn't do boring games. I don't like Batman 66. I just want to make that clear. But I mean, Deadpool is an absolute awesome game. One of the best games in the modern times, right? So I kind of hope that Bond will hit those notes. And I'm also a little bit hopeful that Mike Vinicor, since this is his first game where he's like doing all the work himself, so Mike Minicore is an associate game developer at Stern, right? So he's working on every game, but has not like worked on his own game, right? So I'm just hoping that he basically brings out like all the ideas that he's developed over the years, and just like put this together in a rule package that just make this game super fun to play, both for like a collector and in tournament mode. So it'll be like a popular game, right? Because it surely has a lot of potential in my opinion, and that is just what it is. It's just an opinion. I'm just a guy on the internet with an opinion. So all right, I just want to say thank you for hanging out there for a while. I'm going to put this on YouTube. The VOD will be available on Twitch, and hope to see you soon.